increase your vocabulary. Yes, vocabulary. That's it. So what do you think of working out vocabulary right now? One of the ways of increasing vocabulary in the example here, for instance, is to get one verb, to get various verbs, pick up various verbs and use with another word, like a house, for example. Verb plus house. So I gave you some examples here, like to break into a house. What does it mean to break into a house? Break into a house, it means to use the force, to use your strength to kick the door, or to use a pry bar, something to open the door forcibly. It's like in the example, a burglar broke into my son's apartment last night, but fortunately, everybody was out for dinner. Let me try to say that in Portuguese. It would be something like this: ladrão arrombou o apartamento do meu filho na noite passada, mas felizmente todo mundo estava fora jantando. See, no, I'm not going to try to do that in Spanish because I don't know Spanish very well. But another verb, to build a house. To build a house. So to build a house, it means to construct a house. To start the house from the very ground and put up the walls, the ceiling, the roof, and everything is to build a house, little by little. So the example is, she would love to build a house, my wife. She would love to build a new house at the beach, but unfortunately we can't afford. So she would love to construct, to build from the very ground up to the top. All right. Now we have here to demolish a house. What does it mean to demolish a house? To demolish a house, it means to destroy the house. It's the opposite of building a house. Just like in the example, the contractors told me we would need to demolish the house as soon as possible. Otherwise, we would probably die in the house because the house would collapse. That's it. So demolish, destroy the house with a bulldozer and brr, Yeah, that's it. You can also move house, which means to pack up and leave the house because you want to move to another house, live in another house. For example, we needed to move a house due to termites. You know what the termites are? Termites are those little bugs that eat each and every day the wood, and that's their favorite food. Yes, just like ants, but they are more, they're greedy, I guess. Okay, you can also share a house. What does it mean to share a house? It's to live and use the same space. You have a space in common. For example, my daughter has been sharing her house with some German students for a year, so she uses the same spaces in the house. We also have here some common expressions that you can use in order to remind you how to increase vocabulary or whatever. So you can drop by someone's house. What is it to drop by someone's house? It's to visit somebody. It's a quick drop, you have no very good reason. You just drop by to say hello. You just visit quickly to say hello. So for example, George could have dropped by his sister's house before traveling. He forgot to take his toothbrush with him. That's right. So you can also lock yourself out of the house. So that means that, for example, you forget the keys. You leave the keys out there in the bar or at work, and when you come back home, you locked yourself out of the house, just like the example. My Aunt Jane locked herself out of the house yesterday because she was as drunk as a skunk. Yes, that's right. Ela estava muito borracha. Ela estava muito bêbada. Okay, and finally, another expression, like a house on fire. It's when you are madly in love with somebody and you get along with that person very well. Like in the example, Judy and Alan love each other madly. They're like a house on fire. So in doing this kind of exercises, you will be able to increase your vocabulary and make it grow and never forget these combinations. How did you like it? Did you like it? That's it. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. This is just a vocabulary tip for today. Here we go.